All right, Pot of Gold, welcome back. Emergency podcast edition, LSU baseball national champions, MCWS champions, Dylan Cruz, the GOAT of all GOATs. What are you looking at me all weird for, Mike?
I'm not. I was making sure my settings were fine. I'm dazed and confused here, dude. Victory.
Okay, no, it's
Blue
fine.
blood bath. I've been trying to say. I said that in my head the whole intro. Blue blood bath. Blood bath of the blue bloods. I couldn't get it right.
But yeah, look, we'll kind of chat for a minute here. The intern on vacation. I'm Brett. I'm here with Mike. Grant, the intern.
He just got back from vacation.
He just got back. He just walked in the door from vacation, has his bottle of liquor handy.
Hold on. He's waiting his whole. He's holding this.
Sick.
Hold on.
I'm so fucking sick of you telling me to hold on.
We've been holding on for the past 15 minutes trying to get this podcast going. The emergency pod is up. Gerald wants the pod.
We're here. All right, now I can hear you. What did I miss?
Nothing. I can't tell you how.
Wait, what did I miss? I didn't see anything today.
All right, Grant the intern is back. Look, hit us up on Twitter at potofgold @gmail.com, @goldmike, @Grant the intern behind the glass. National champions. Look, man, from a guy who was saying this day one, from a guy who was telling you that every burger shop in the South was going to have the picture.
I never said magazine cover. I never said burger place.
I'm talking about myself, Michael.
I'm talking about myself. Okay, yeah, the Burger King.
Yeah, let me cook. This is my thing, baseball Brett. That's what they call me. As a day one ride or die, as someone who called it out, it's just great to feel right. Mike, your turn.
All joking aside. Okay, because I know that wasn't a joke, and Brett definitely got on the wagon. We got Brett on the wagon when it was ready to.
When everyone got off, when there was enough room up at first class for me to just tiptoe in there, get the slippers.
There was a point in time where I started getting weak, and I started getting weak in the middle of the year after I was like trying to book my flights to Omaha and get it squared away. We decided bats were going cold, the bullpen was sucking it up, but we turned that shit around so fast. But let me just open with this. This has been the most enjoyable baseball season I have ever watched, from start to finish. Watching basically every single pitch this season, it has been the most enjoyable team to watch from start to finish.
Enjoyable is a stretch over the week, but
I'm not done.
Let my man cook.
But the fact that we were so hyped up going into the year with the expectations as high as they could ever be, being able to deliver a national championship. There's so many storylines. Like there's no way this emergency pod is going to be able to cover them all. We're going to be talking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
But the fact that we talked about before the season started, Dylan Cruz, greatest player of all time. My first comment was, listen, this guy's really fucking good, but we need to win a national championship. He needs to win a national championship or win the Golden Spikes Award. And then, and only then, will I be able to say he's the best baseball player at LSU of all time. And he is by far the greatest LSU baseball player of all time. But with that being said, Paul Skeens, the most dominant pitcher I have ever seen in college. Tommy White, the most clutch Bambino there is. You've got Dugas, you got Beloso, you got Trey Morgan, the best first baseman I've ever seen play at LSU. Just ridiculous defensive stops. How about Jordan Thompson tonight? Just the most down and out, like get off the fucking field. I was one of them. Hell, I tweeted about it. He was rattled. It needed to shake up a little bit. He comes out here tonight and just absolutely dominates. Everybody was on fire. We had our day of rest yesterday. It was no fluke. We put up the white flag when we threw in Collins and bumfuck with the glasses. Dutton, I forgot his name.
Cook.
But at the end of the day, it was exactly what was needed. We went through that losers bracket. We pulled it away. We pulled away from Wake Forest. We pulled it out Friday against Florida. That was the biggest victory. Friday night's win against Florida was the biggest win of this entire season. It bought us a day of rest, and we came back and hung 18 on those fake-ass pretenders, man. And all the people out there that were just busting nuts all day yesterday, just drooling over LSU losing, they came too early, my friend. They came way too early, my friend. We came back and slapped that badass 18-4. Unbelievable. Hang it in the Louvre. Number 7. Intimidator gets a makeover. We're back. LSU is back. Kings of baseball.
Officially back in on the Intimidator. Like let's make it twice the size at this point.
And
we're
a couple
open spots with 2s in the start. Like, hey, we're still here for this decade. Like we're not done.
We're not going anywhere. Jay Johnson is building a monster, and that man recruits like a fiend. Every single interview is start off with, "Hey, how about we come to LSU? Let's talk." Right? That's every
ABC.
single interview.
Always be Cruton, ABC. He understands the game.
All right, I'm going to get off of the intensity. Y'all take it away.
I didn't want to jinx it, but early on, and we need to talk about the group chat. And
there is a jinx chat we need to discuss.
But what I was going to say is I didn't want to jinx it, but as soon as I saw Florida wearing the orange, I was like, you're not winning the national title in those jerseys. Like you're just not. I can't look at that. The gross orange creamsicle jersey, it's just not going to happen. The LSU true colors was going to shine in that game.
Well, when Caglione spanked Beloso in the back first pitch, like you knew this guy is either going to strike everybody out because we're just going to be hunting it, or he's going to walk every single batter.
Well, and they hyped him up the entire time about how
stroking his Greek physique, man.
God. Do you know that he can hit bombs and touch 100? Oh my God. And then he just got completely shook. It was great. It was great to watch.
Thatcher Hurd comes out of nowhere. Not nowhere. Let me say this.
No, well, hold on.
I'll give you the wheel for Thatcher here. I'll give you the wheel for Thatcher. No, let me just say this. At the beginning of the season, we knew that we had Paul Skeens, and Paul Skeens was going to be an animal. But we all were very, very high on the UCLA transfer, Thatcher Hurd. Can he step up and be a weekend guy? The beginning was a little rocky. There was some question marks there, had some questionable outings. But slowly but surely, in the middle of the season, you saw him start to deliver at the end of games, have like 3 or 4 innings of really good outings. And then those 3 innings turn to 4, then to 5, then to 6. And then we get to the College World Series. And honestly, like, he's incredible. Like, this is a weekend starter next season. He totally developed and totally delivered. I can't say enough about how this bullpen pitched this entire World Series outside of Dutton and Collins and the buffoons. But the guys that actually matter, Riley Cooper, Ty Floyd, holy shit, 17 strikeouts. Who knew he had a country twang? I mean, this guy was unbelievable. They all stepped up and delivered. So all those motherfuckers out there saying that this is a bought and paid for baseball team, that is transfer heavy, look at this roster. Look at the people that were devoted. It was the perfect mix of devoted Louisiana dudes who you can't go wrong with, transfer and fifth-year seniors, and then the cherry-picked transfers that were perfect for this lineup, perfect for this pitching staff, and it all came together with wonderful coaching. You can't say enough about Jay Johnson and staff, talking about putting people in the right positions defensively, the perfect rotation, messing with the batting order when it was time to be messed with. It was just beautiful.
I mean,
go ahead, Grant.
We kind of, I mean,
you okay?
I just have so many thoughts.
Wake up!
Now. Like,
wake up!
What a week! This has been the most draining week of baseball in my life. I haven't done anything around the house.
What day is it,
dude? I mean, this is what, 7 out of 9 days, 8 days, 6. I don't know how many games we've played, but it's like every night. I kept telling my wife, okay, tomorrow I'll get things done. Tomorrow I'll get things done. And so finally, like after last night, I was like, okay, literally tomorrow's the last night we're gonna get things done. And I mean, holy shit, guys, like they delivered. The star power delivered, the non-star power delivered. Like, could you have not asked for a better just overall team experience over the last week? Like, I mean, we came on here. We Brett, Mike, we all give people, grief on this team. We've given the grief as good as as talented as we knew we were.
When you play 300 games, people are going to fuck up every now and then.
Yeah, I know. And so you played that many games, but the grief was warranted, right? I mean, it's, and we poke fun at everybody. It's not, no one's perfect. And this team did they just find a way? We always say like, oh, they just find a way to win. I mean, fuck, this team just found a fucking way to win. And I don't know.
Well,
It's just
and
incredible.
to kind of piggyback on that, like this game tonight is going to overshadow it a lot because everyone's going to remember the 18-4. But this whole thing was won by the bullpen. Like without guys like Riley, and if you would have told me Guidry would just give up home run after fucking home run every time he tossed the ball, I would have said, well, you know, it was fun getting to Omaha. Glad we got the Jello shot record. You know, better luck next year. But like, so many dudes just stepped up and
Ackenhausen
huge,
saved the
huge
season.
innings. Yep.
What's his name?
Come on.
No,
Come on.
the Griffin Herring.
Griffin Herring. Yeah. I mean, and he was always a threat warming up there with the double
And Riley
balls.
Cooper, man. So apparently Riley Cooper has the flu yesterday, and he says, fuck it. It's the championship. Let me get 3 outs.
Was anyone wearing masks in the dugout? He had the flu yesterday.
That's disgusting.
No,
honestly.
masks
Jay
are only
Johnson
for
should be
COVID,
fired.
not for the flu. You don't have to wear a mask for the flu.
Oh my God. There's so many big plays. Samuel Murphy coming in the chat stating how about Pearson's play in the outfield. That's going to be an all-time play. That's a legendary play.
Dude, I completely
Pearson
forgot to open the chat.
mashing a ball tonight after being, 2 for 50.
Pearson,
just
Milazzo, Jobert stepping up the bottom of the order, timely hits. That's what's been missing. Like if anything has been missing, I remember in the middle of the year, the discussion amongst our group was like, all we do is hit bombs. Like we need to string together base runners and drive them in. And finally we did it. The final game of the season, the bottom of the order was stringing together runs left and right. And it was beautiful.
We haven't had 20 hits since like week 2.
No, even throughout Omaha, it was like once you got past Beloso, you were like, well, hopefully we can just get some runners on to get back to our top of the order again. It's like, and then all of a sudden the bats came alive tonight. It was fun to watch. It felt weird. I was expecting a different game.
Christian Young asked, how many Jello shots did the good boys contribute? 10,000.
1,000 each day is what I was going to say for 10,000. Yes,
$10,000 worth of Jello shots. Obviously presented to you by Blue Wire. So, thanks to the guys at Blue Wire for contributing to us to contribute to Rocco's.
Yeah, we asked if
Roscoe's.
We asked for them to just send us for like boots on the ground, but they said Jello shots. It is, boys.
And Roscoe's was trying to UPS us the shots we paid for. We said, hey, we just want like a few for each of us, and it got lost in transit.
Are we gonna? Can we get into the whole like Todd Graves thing, or are we just gonna move along and act like we're just gonna act like it didn't happen?
It was a donation.
Gordon bought 8,000-9,000 today.
Yeah, we're up to like 250K.
Yeah, I just
68,000 shots.
I just can't, dude. It lost all the juice.
Yeah, no, Graves did it first, but then Gordon was smart by waiting until today to buy 8,888 shots. So he spent $40,000. So he topped Graves's record.
Well, hopefully he can go buy a pitcher. Hopefully we get Chase Burns from Tennessee because they're about to start flooding in. They're about to start flooding. Say
is like, save your fucking money, Gordon. Spend it on the boys. Like we don't Jello shot. I don't know. Just I thought it was shitty. It was like, hey, we're all doing this as a team, and Todd Graves is like, I got $30,000. I'll take the victory. It was kind of I don't know. It lost the juice for me,
dude. I can't like. And Grant, you mentioned it how like this 2-week period has just been I've been mesmerized. Like I literally clock out of work, walk downstairs, turn on the TV, sit in the same exact spot and get ready to go. And it's been beautiful to like not have to worry about like, what am I going to watch tonight? It's been the same shit over and over again. But there came a point where like, not that I was over it, but I'm like, this is like, we got to get to the game, man. Like get us to the championship because I'm running out of steam here. And it was freedom. It's like it's such a release of like anxiety and stress of just like we fucking made it. Can you imagine like back in 2017, like having to do that all over again where you get all the way here and you're just like, yeah, we lost.
No, but 2017 was different. So 17 you had multiple breaks between. This is the first time we've played. So we played
a lot of games in a row.
7 games in 9 days, I think. So there, it's never been done. This has never been done before in college baseball. I don't know if y'all realize that.
I realized that.
And
then
I'll credit
realized.
oh, shit, can't think of his name.
Jared Jones. Jared Jones.
Jared Jones.
It's
I
the 24th
credit
hit.
Jared Jones, the freshman, for telling me that stat. No.
No, listen, if you go through each one of these players, each one of these guys at some point in this College World Series in that starting lineup had a legendary moment. Somebody had a legendary moment at some point. If you can go from first base all the way through, just incredible. Taking 2 to Tennessee, to Wake Forest, into Florida just leaves no doubt of the dominance of this program.
It's so true. It's so
legendary
true
performance. Let's not forget the sacrificial lambs from yesterday. I mean, if it wasn't for them, Thatcher and all these guys would not have been able to throw like they did today. So the 4 sacrificial lambs from yesterday that gave it their all and gave up the 24 runs, they get credit too.
Tommy White's walk-off felt like it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And I feel like we've been here for 3 weeks. Like, we've been here for 3 weeks. Dude, like, I was thinking about the kids. I'm like, dude, these guys have just been in a hotel for 2 weeks just battling it out. Like,
not
that's
giving a fuck.
Yeah, at least not the starters. Collins and Dutton gave a fuck. They were ready to go home. Those pieces of shit.
They're part of it. They're part of it.
They're not part of. They're not going to be on this roster next season.
Okay, here's my point. They were. If it wasn't for them, we would have not made it to tonight. They bought us arms and pitches and time.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, they also put up like a record-setting performance of most runs ever.
That's why they were on the team. That's why they were on the team. To give up a million runs yesterday. They needed to give up the million runs.
Why are you dying over there? Because I'm dogging on one of the players.
We're celebrating a national championship, and you're just red noticing people telling them good luck at New Mexico State.
Those motherfuckers, they have no shot at making our roster next year, dude.
Christian Little too, right?
No, Christian Little's gone. Get a ring. Great to get a ring.
Roster. Thatcher Hurd will be on that.
Thatcher's the Saturday starter for sure. I don't know if he's Friday. Crap. I think Chase Burns, and we get him from Tennessee, will be Friday. You have Thatcher.
I heard he shut it down. I heard Burns shut it down.
Allegedly, a Tennessee booster came in and saved the day.
Yeah, okay. Matched the total from Gordon and.
Well, I think Gordon and the boys were a little busy. I think this week we're gonna hit the road running.
Yeah, they were on a plane with Kim Mulkey.
We got the Bama pitcher, one of the Bama pitchers. We got the Xavier transfer, who's a good reliever. Both of those guys are good middle relief. None of them are going to walk in and be Friday, but there's going to be dudes.
How much money does Gordon have?
A lot, but Gordon's the type that
he's got that Baton Rouge bag.
This Jello shot, 40 grand is like him being like, oh, that's one case. That's gonna make me 3 more cases.
And the comments here, it's a beautiful comment, and it really is one of the most incredible things. Is you had a weekend series for the whole thing, and we didn't even see Skeens. Like, this was a dominant performance from our team.
Yeah,
Skeens
shit.
Or not.
Talk shit, Florida. Talk shit.
It does kind of feel weird that it's like, hey guys, we're gonna give you like all this rest, and then once you get to Omaha, good fucking luck.
I know,
honestly. I like the format. I like that they condense it down. Like, hey, go through the gauntlet and win it. But then once you get to this championship series, like the championship series should start on Thursday. It should be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so
I think they should have the
2 teams make it, boom, there should be days in between so that you can see Skeens versus Skaggs. You can see Floyd versus whoever, like you can see the best matchups in college baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it just is a little strange that it's like, okay, go out there and be somebody, but you probably don't have any of your guys anymore. But hey, it doesn't matter. We won.
Fun fact of the night brought to you by Christian Dragna. Gordon has over 800 billboards in the state. 800 bills.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Golly, man, we got to talk about some of these highlights. Let's talk about some of the funny shit. I think an iconic moment is going to be the piggyback ride to the dog pile. Milazzo hopping on the back of Paul Skeens. How about Milazzo, one of the unsung heroes of this team, coming in, coming in for the World Series and framing pitches when you saw that strikes were at a premium, man. Like this strike zone was fucking itty bitty the whole World Series. And Milazzo back there, a defensive mastermind. Two guys, Milazzo and Trey Morgan, just defensive geniuses.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
LSU was undefeated with Milazzo starting at catcher this postseason.
What was the statistic? This will give you a little work to do while we're talking. What is the statistic of Tommy White with Cruz on base?
690.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
When they first mentioned that, ESPN pulls stats out of their assholes very often, and I'm like, okay, all right, okay, that stat was unreal when they pulled that out. I didn't think about that. And it's true, obviously, but like that is not a normal that I wish there's
nothing normal about this team.
I wish they would have pulled up like, okay, Tommy White's batting 680 with Cruz on base. This is compared to, Lou Gehrig batting, whatever with whoever on base. Like I that doesn't make.
Don't put that on Tommy, dude. Don't put the Lou Gehrig's curse on Tommy.
Pick someone else.
No, what I'm saying is
anyone else.
Batting
this is like Lou Gehrig. I'm not
batting six whatever.
Yeah,
like that doesn't happen. So the fact that you do it with one person on base, like.
No, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Tommy White. I wanted a Tommy White jersey a year ago, the day he signed. I knew this motherfucker was going to come in here and be a dog. We got him again for another season. Tommy White is coming back. Like that is like we have such a cornerstone to keep building on this incredible season. We'll remember this year for the rest of our lives. Like, can you imagine? It's incredible to think about
championship.
Well, it's amazing to think about the past two men's championships that we have: 2019 LSU football team, and then the 2023 baseball team, regarded as one of the most dominant in their respective sports of all time. Like it's incredible to be able to witness this dominance from our athletic programs. Jay Johnson is about to go off, my friends. He is about to go off. He's young enough to do it. He's passionate enough to do it. He ain't going anywhere. He's made his bed.
He just bought himself some time. I tell you that. Like you get to Omaha, you lose. Like it's hard to win. We just did some unthinkable shit.
Year two
by going in the losers brackets and all this stuff.
You saw Paul got his little 10 minutes of fame.
Oh yeah, they were like, oh, he got Dylan Cruz here.
I'm surprised.
He played a big part in this team. It's like, wait, what did they just say?
But he had such a smirk on his face, like it was so smug. They just called him at the perfect time. It's like, yeah, I built this. It was very funny. It was like perfect timing.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, no, I know we're not hating on coaches, Grant. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just saying, like, no, I'm agreeing. It was time for him to go. I'm just saying, good for him.
Yeah, he got your
little spot, and
we haven't mentioned, and we need to talk about Trey Morgan's little flipperoo on the bunt against Wake.
It's the play of the series.
But 24 minutes in, and I feel like it's time to give Scott Woodward his due praise.
Let's go. Clap it up for Scott. Clap it up for Scott. Hometown legend comes home, puts together a massive staff, and starts winning. Puts it together. Momentum is a big deal, and right now the athletic department has some big mo.
I've said it before. I feel like I've said it in the last couple weeks, but it's like I remember so vividly us doing the pod the day we hired Woodward, and it was like the most over the moon pod.
Were we in your garage?
Yes, it was still the garage days, and it was it was just the ultimate suck fest of Scott Woodward. And I remember leaving that being like, man, this is probably going to look so dumb. Like, what is he going to do? Look at the coaches in place. Like, we're not going to change. And it just far exceeded even our, I think, wildest expectations that day of what LSU sports was going to be, and so quickly.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. Like winning matters again at LSU, right? Like they want to win and they're going to do what it takes to win. And we saw that. The Maestro, absolutely
Maestro,
wonderful. I love
absolutely.
that. I love that. That's a great nickname for him, the Maestro. Once the Maestro came on campus, it was time to get serious about athletics again and make the right moves. And we have seen that in every single sport. It's unbelievable to see. Brian Kelly's next. There's no doubt in my mind that Brian Kelly is going to make a run at some point. Does it put pressure on Brian Kelly? No, I think
he already has the pressure. Like he welcomes the pressure.
I think Brian Kelly getting to the SEC championship year one was like that first glimpse of what's to come with football.
What do you know about pressure?
What do you know about pressure? Yeah, I don't know if that movie's allowed anymore. I don't think that's allowed.
We need to re-edit that somehow and like make an alternate ending.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. I can't believe we won the national championship. Like we won the national championship. It's been a year. It's been a season to remember. Day one, we were on the board. We were on this chat stating this is a team that we talk about every year that we have a chance to make it to Omaha. This was a team that Omaha or bust. It was national championship was the expectation.
Chris is cracking me up in the chat.
Well, Lewis. All right, we can't.
Relationship. No. So it's an emergency pod.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, we could say congratulations to like Jay Johnson, but like, when you talk about like, all right, so baseball coaches, they tend to stay out of the way. Like you don't really see them, but as a baseball guy, like his decision making in the postseason was like he put himself in the way. He made himself like there for every decision. So what my point is, usually there's a mound visit. The pitching coach comes out.
Yeah.
This postseason, and you saw that all
not that quitter
until the postseason, and then Jay Johnson was like, it's me. I got it. I'm gonna go talk to him. So it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna do that, well, if things happen, it's on you, right? So you're the one out there.
Yeah.
And he did that the entire postseason.
Jay Johnson owned this program. He owns this team.
The pitching staff came out and delivered.
Yeah.
I was floored by the amount of mound visits in Omaha. It felt like every inning someone was trotting to the mound. And I know the whole Florida coach like went out too many times.
Florida and Wake Forest, yeah.
But like I couldn't believe it. It felt like
when you're going through this many pitchers, this many days, like it's gonna be a
but also this many good offenses. So if you watch closely enough, there were definitely a lot of mound visits. But how many times was there a mound visit and we got the next guy out? Or we drew the next strike?
How many?
Tell us, stat boy.
I don't have that stat on my hand right now, but
don't ask the question.
But it seemed like it was warranted.
Yeah, it was.
Jay Johnson came out there. Maneri never. The only time Maneri visited the mound was to like take his star out of the game.
You know what I'm so happy about right now? The most happy that I'm about right now is the fact that I don't have to hear Kyle Peterson talk anymore. There was something about KP.
Bugs you that much?
Towards the end of hearing him every day for like 2 weeks, yeah.
I mean, it's a long time.
It's almost like listening to Scone, where it's like he's just kind of like.
I started to enjoy Chris Burke's voice.
Sunglasses?
I missed Eduardo Perez talking sunglass talk every chance he could.
That's Eduardo Perez. I'm talking about Chris Burke tonight. So you have Carl Ravage.
Chris texts me. He's like, Grant's starting to sit real deep in that chair.
It's so true.
So you had Carl Ravage, who was the host of the show.
Yeah.
And then you had Chris Peterson.
Please stay there the rest of the
show. Then you had Chris Burke, right?
Who else? Who was the sunglasses guy?
Eduardo Perez.
Eduardo Perez. It's all MLB.
He had to be paid off by Oakley.
It was so funny. Dude, the glasses talk. He was like, dude, when he did the fucking demonstration, like it was that VHS that they used to sell on commercials.
Yes. Show us how to do it again. Show us how to do it. I mean, every hit to left field was like, you see, what happens is the shade moves over on the left field bleachers, and that's when the UV ray is really at its peak performance.
It also cracks me up that there's not that many games going on, but we decide to schedule every game at literally the worst time for this, so it can be talked
so
about
stupid.
for 4 innings. It's so funny.
No, so it's hilarious. So okay, and I don't want to give a lot of credit to the other radio heads out there, but they did make a point. They did make a point. It was Terrio actually made the point. He's like, okay, it's a minor league baseball field. Obviously, they could have thought about planning things better, but this minor league team that plays there most likely plays at 7, 8 o'clock at night, or they play earlier in the day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Play at 7 o'clock.
No, I agree. No. So what's happened at the College World Series is they've made it all about.
That's so fucking comfortable.
So they've made it. They've actually made it all about TV.
We're gonna take it too far. Now we're gonna take it too far. Now we're going to Costanza.
I'm in the mic.
Get under your desk. Get under your desk.
I'm in the mic. So what's happened is
we definitely need like a screen grab of this. Somebody to post on Twitter. Like this is a Twitter shot.
This is a national championship pod.
This is definitely a natty pod, dude. This is an emergency pod. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
No,
you're never gonna have this again.
I might have to take them off my screen. I can't.
It's pulling me away. Like it's definitely distracting me in the wrong ways.
Wait, no. So all right, listen. What's happened is
here comes Steinbrenner.
They have planned everything around TV. So it's 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 6. Everything is TV. So minor league baseball, they don't have fucking TV. It's played at whenever the fuck they're gonna play the game. So that is why. Now, again, they could have probably rearranged the stadium a little better, but that is why we've seen all this BS with the sun and the eyeballs and the sunglasses. And
before we giggle our way out of here, I have to tell the story that I've been waiting to. Yeah, here comes Steinbrenner. I've been waiting to tell this story because I haven't been able to talk to you guys because we had a group chat. Okay, so for everybody listening,
and I closed it down.
Grant shut us down, dude. Grant was busy one day. He was probably golfing. He had a big vacation outing, and he didn't talk to us in the group meet, and we won the game. And so then he like latched onto that, was like, hey, I don't need to talk in the group meet for the rest of the 2 weeks. I'm out of this. Yeah. So he put down a precedent, said we are not allowed to speak in the group meet during the games because that's the only way we're going to win. And it worked.
It kept working.
Until yesterday.
I did pipe in the 8th and said, fuck it, it's over. So I guess at the end of the day, it really was true.
It was Mike's fault.
But I ordered a pizza. I have to tell the story real quick. It's a quick story, okay?
No, I want it. I've been waiting for this for a week.
So I was by myself at home, and you know how it goes, dude. When I'm by myself at home, it's like I'm a 19-year-old again. I'm ordering pizza, like
NCAA, getting dusted off.
Just the whole thing, dude. 100%. So I Uber Eats everything. Don't leave the house. Don't see the light of day. I Uber Eats a pizza, and I went in depth to search for this pizza. I downloaded the One Bite app. I wanted to get the best rated pie in Austin, rated by Dave Portnoy. It was like an 8.2 or some shit. And I ordered it, had it delivered to me. My house is structured a little strange where the address takes you to the back. Okay. And so when I say that, I make them leave it at the door in the back, and I open the garage and I, kind of like grab it from underneath, whatever. So
mask on.
Yeah. So I have them leave it at the back door. I order this pizza, One Bite, right? Great pizza. I get the message, pizza's been delivered. I look at my phone, got the picture confirmation, like pizza boxes in front of the door of the garage. Walk out there. I hit the button to open the garage. As it's opening, I just see like tires moving. as it's leaving. I'm like, what the fuck? It was, and like I peeked my head out, it was a cop. It was like a state trooper down my street. And like I look out and it's like, there's no pizza. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, where's the pizza? And like I kept looking at my phone, and I'm like,
this is definitely the
swear
right
to
thing.
God, it's right here. And like I literally like kicked the rocks by my door to like confirm that like it's not blending in with all this like it was a brown box. It was like brown rocks. I'm like, am I not seeing this fucking pie? Like, what just happened here? What's this cop doing here? So I go out my front door because I was like, maybe I'm reading the message wrong. I don't know. I walk out the front door. There's nothing there. As I come out of my front door, you can see the side street. The cop pulls up and puts it in park and is just staring at me. And so at this point, I'm just like, is he fucking with me? Or did he just get caught? Like, it was one of those things like,
am I the cop in this situation?
Like, am I supposed to approach him and be like, hey, man, did you see a pizza? Like, what am I supposed to say? And then I see it in his passenger seat, and I'm just, and like,
nope, haven't seen it, buddy.
Like, right? Like, we get into a thing here, but like, I got my pizza stolen by a fucking cop. Like, I couldn't believe what just happened. And I tried to play the scenario over and over in my head. I'm like, how did this fucking happen? Like, did the Uber driver literally put the box on the ground? Did this cop pull up thinking that he was like littering or like making like a drug drop off? And then like, oh, it's my lucky day. I get the best pizza in town. Like, what just happened? Anyway, I was furious about it. Middle of the game, and I couldn't tell you guys. That's dedication. That type of story to not drop in the group me was dedication. I saved it for the national championship.
Not even a text. What you need to do is you need to start calling the like local news station like every other day and start like making these complaints, and hopefully they do like an eye-on investigation of cops stealing drive delivery orders. It would be so funny.
But like I can't, like I'm just thinking in my head, like he had to like call back to the office, like, hey boys, I fucked up, but I got dinner. You know, like we got some pies. Unreal. And like my wife's like, why don't you knock on the neighbor's door and see if you can check their cameras? I'm like, I've never spoken to them in my life. I'm not about to like walk over there in my fucking PJs and like LSU hat backwards and be like, hey, so I live next door. Can I check your cameras? Someone stole my pie.
I'm pretty sure a cop stole my pie. I'm trying to get it red-handed.
Like, I would love to catch this on tape. It's like, I was like, I can't ask them. She's like, you have to ask. I have to see this. I'm like, do you not believe me or something? Like, this definitely happened.
He's got some red sauce on his mustache, but he's denying it, and I really need some proof.
He was just looking at me from like 6 houses down, like right in the corner. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on here. He got busted. Anyway, good. I ordered it the next day. It was a good pie. It was a good pie. I waited outside.
Happy for Cade Beloso.
Happy for Kincaid, man.
Lead off matter.
And he got hit twice
in history.
And had
seeing him walk up to lead off is just so good.
Portnoy loves Big Cade. I love when like the Barstool guys like get involved with LSU, because obviously it's like a championship game, so they start like chirping and getting involved. And it's funny who like they decide to cling to.
Travinsky thought it was him all week, and it turned out to be Big Boy Cade Beloso.
Big Boy Cade, man. Love Big Cade. Can't say enough about Pearson, dude. That catch in the outfield was just beautiful. You can't take him out of the lineup. Jordan Thompson being able to come up big on his final out. I love the 2 dingers in the bottom of the ninth straight to him, and he just zips it in with authority, just like
threw that with a little extra gas on it too.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Incredible game, guys.
And Pearson hits a freaking dinger tonight to just kind of completely put it away too.
There was no doubt. The golds, we wore the golds 3 days in a row. That was awesome. Staying dedicated to tradition. Jay gets it. That's what I love about Jay Johnson, is he truly gets it. He understands the tradition and the value that LSU brings, and he embraces it. He owns it. And there's a new era. This is a new era of LSU baseball, and I'm so excited to be able to document it with you two guys, man. You know, more than anything, this is exciting. I
thought you were going to say more Grant.
I'm glad, Brett. I'm glad you were able to jump on this wagon with us. I'll be honest, I was laughed out of this chat when I said every restaurant in Louisiana. Every
So-
bar and grill will have a
so-
picture of Paul Skeens, Tommy White, and Dylan Cruz. I might be
Mike-
wrong on that. It might be the national champions.
No, I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna get magazines and I'll bring it around to all the local
I know, I
Times
need
bar
to-
and grills and
I
ask
need
them
to.
if they
Where are
can
you
hang
going
it.
to get a paper tomorrow, Brett?
Yeah, I was.
Mike, you
definitely
need a
planning on
paper,
doing
right?
that.
I'm gonna try to get two. I'll get you one.
Please get me a paper.
All right.
Please get me a paper.
Where should I go? You know this place.
Everywhere. I got my national
Rouse's?
championship ones at fucking Walgreens.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's
so maybe
House's
the-
type place.
Maybe the drugstore.
The
Where they sell drugs.
drugstores, CVS, Walgreens.
I'll try there first.
I
No
would just
free
go
ads.
down
No free
59 and
ads.
go to Winn-Dixie. They'll have them all.
Well, yeah, but I got a Walgreens down the street or a CVS down the street.
Someone will have it.
I did not see Jay talking to the crowd.
Is he referring to the post game interview when he was like,
I bet
Let's-
we already. Yeah.
"Go!" Yeah, it was a little
Yeah,
weird.
that was
Hey,
hard to
emotions
watch.
are high. Emotions are high.
Yeah. Who?
So,
am I
Mike,
to
you
judge?
you did say something. We talked about this earlier in the season. We said, or you specifically said, Cruz, no national championship. He's not the greatest player of all time. Do you think now going 4 for 6 in the deciding game is the greatest LSU baseball player of all time?
I opened this
Is
podcast
this-
by like talking 5 minutes about how
You might have. You
No,
might
it
have
is.
been in the bathroom.
Oh, he might have been in the bathroom.
Oh.
Yes. So to repeat, I did go into this season by saying Dylan Cruz is going to have to do
Middle of
one-
the season two. Middle of the season two.
middle of the season too. Yes,
That's
he's
a fastball
incredible.
player.
He's incredible. But in order with this storied program to be the indisputable, like the greatest of all time in this program, he needs to either win the Golden Spikes
Yeah.
while going to Omaha or win a national championship, and he did all of that. And he
So-
is without
so
a doubt
he's-
the greatest of all time.
So he's passed Todd Walker.
He's the
and
greatest of all
and
time.
he's passed Eddie Furnace. I
Yes.
would agree with both of those statements.
I think
And
now,
and honestly, I think
after tonight, yes,
I think both of those guys would say the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
especially after what he did today.
oh
Like
yeah,
the outfield catches, the clutch hits,
going 4
like-
for 6.
his final at
catching the
bat
ball.
twice, smoking it in the outfield. I mean, like it validated everything. He stepped up when you needed it the most.
So-
He not that he had a slump. He never really had a slump, but there was a point in the season where it's like, dude, when the big lights are on, I need you to be the Golden Spikes guy, not just Tommy Tanks. And he turns it on when it meant the most, and that's
Yeah.
what the best do. And so yes, Dylan Cruz is the best.
when you look at the record books, so now he's officially
The record
tied.
Brooke Koepka.
He's
Sorry.
officially tied with Brandon Larson with the most. He's one of the greatest ever to wear it. With 110 hits this season, tied most hits in a single LSU in a single season for LSU. 110 hits. Career hits, he's in the top 5. Runs, he's number 1. RBIs, he's in the top 10. I mean, you name the category, Dylan Cruz is in the record books. And he's and now he's Golden Spikes winner, national champion. You name it, he's done it.
He's the best.
We
Name the
will
field after.
remember him. I mean, I used to think that, in my generation, the guys that I watched play, I didn't
Mhm.
really watch Todd Walker. I didn't really watch Eddie Furnace. I personally thought the best guys I watched were Blake Dean and Alex Bregman. Those were the two guys that I saw play the best, make it to Omaha the most, and do the best things offensively.
Matuk.
I was a Cressy guy.
No, those two guys are Matuk. Yes, those two guys are better than Matuk. So what I'm saying is those were the two guys that I always
Shots
thought
fired.
were the
Piece
best.
of shit.
Dylan
Bitch.
Dylan Cruz is. I mean, he is the best position player. And Paul Skeens is the best pitcher I've seen in my generation. He is better. Now, the only argument is Aaron Nola, because Aaron Nola was a Louisiana guy.
It's not an
played
argument
multiple-
anymore. It's not an argument
What,
anymore.
what I'm saying is he played multiple years here. I would have loved to seen Dylan Cruz play or Paul Skeens play multiple years, but Paul Skeens is still the best pitcher I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a different
Wear purple and
conversation of
gold.
best LSU career versus best pitcher we've.
It's like
seen
asking
in the
who Joe
uniform.
Burrow versus whoever else.
Jarrett
Like, no,
Lee.
Joe Burrow's the great. Yeah, exactly. Like, no, like Jordan Jefferson.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, Jordan Jefferson played for 4 years and Joe Burrow played
Danny
for
Etling.
1, and they
People
both
are still
played national
debating
championship
that.
games. Danny Etling was a
Garrett
4.0
Nussmeier.
student. They were 4.0 students,
Garrett
and
Nussmeier.
Jefferson was not a 4.0 guy,
Yeah,
and
Walker
Burrow
Howard.
was. So we have that comparison, and Skeens and Cruz are both 4.0 guys.
do you remember where you were in 09 when we beat Texas for the national championship?
Unfortunately, I do.
Well, I didn't know that, but what I'm saying is, like, if you look back, it's just I can't believe it's been that long. Like witnessing that national championship in 09 and, like, hanging another banner and putting another, date on the Intimidator, continuing the dynasty, and then waiting this long to 2023 to see this team, though, so dominant. It's such a breath of fresh air that the blue blood is back. The king of baseball has returned, and we're here for a good while. Man, the SEC is dominant. It's not easy to get to the national championship in baseball. You got to go through your entire season of however many games, make it through the gauntlet of the SEC, and then put it all together at the right time. And this team proved that they can do it day in and day out. Unbelievable year, man. I can't say enough.
I agree.
Unreal.
I think it's are we
I know
ready to wrap?
I think that's it. I think this is an emergency pod. We don't.
I
Need
know
to
we
stay for an hour.
emergency pod, but part of me keeps looking up at my TV and I'm like, fuck, I missed it.
Oh, there's plenty of shit we're gonna have to catch up on. I'm about to have to pull up Jay Johnson's post game, the interview, the whole thing. It's gonna be a long night, boys. Hell of a season. I don't know how often the pod is gonna be rolling. Now that baseball season's over, I'm sure we're going to kind of be catching up. And
I thought tonight was going to be who's starting on the offensive line.
Yeah, so we're obviously turning the page to football season after we celebrate this for probably like a week, and it'll be time to focus on Brian Kelly's turn. The boys are gearing up. Summer practice, not practice, but summer workouts are in full swing, and the boys are prepping. But it's going to be exciting to follow LSU baseball recruiting to end out the summer. You got the draft coming up. We're going to have multiple guys taken in the first few picks. And then it's going to be up to Jay Johnson to get guys to sign and to not go in the draft. I don't know how that works now with the high school kids coming out. Is it a different draft day?
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
The only thing he's got to focus on is the kids that are over 21 and trying to keep them. And I don't know who those.
So the transfer portal is going to be active. We're going to see some guys hopefully come in. But Jay Johnson's building a monster. He has a monster. He's woken up a sleeping giant in year 2. I'm happy to be an LSU fan rooting the LSU Tigers for baseball, man. It's fun. This is fun baseball. And there was a period of time where it was really hard to watch. I'll be honest with you. It was kind of gut-wrenching to watch fucking baby ball bunting and, like just not being able to have exciting baseball. This was guerrilla ball, and we got it back better than ever. We've got some mashers, and we got to witness the best pitcher of all time. It was just a phenomenal season from start to finish. It's been a fun ride, guys.
Thanks everyone hopping in the live chat and hanging out. Had a good time.